Alrighty. So something that I want to kind of clear up is like a lot of people think of Pinterest as just another social media platform. And in reality, it's a visual search engine. So Pinterest isn't like TikTok, or it's not like Facebook where you have followers who are your friends and all of that. I'm not saying that people might not follow you on Pinterest, but it is a visual search engine. So think of it as like a picture version of Google. And so users are going to Pinterest with the intent to fix a problem, just like they would if they're searching on Google. They're looking for information or looking for some way of solving a problem that they have or a pain point that they have, or they're just curious about something and trying to find more information. The exact same thing on Pinterest. So there are 300 million people that use Pinterest each month. This is insane to me. 98% have tried something new that they found on Pinterest. So that's almost everyone. That means people are specifically going to Pinterest to buy something, to spend money, or to try something new. Kind of demographic on Pinterest is primarily women, and women are ready to buy. So don't sleep on Pinterest. But we're going to talk about type of content that does well. So obviously beautiful content, stuff that will draw the eye to what you've created, your pin. So fresh pins are critical. And if you aren't familiar, fresh pins are something new that Pinterest is prioritizing. And a fresh pin is something that has a brand new image that has never been seen before. So again, going back to the idea that Pinterest is a visual search engine, they want to catalog and index all the images available out there. So if you bring them something new, a new brand new image that's not anywhere else on Pinterest, they're going to prioritize that because it's brand new. And so they're like new relevant information. We're going to, push this out more. So other types of content that you can incorporate with your fresh pins, the best, like a best of. So it could be best of affiliate marketing courses for beginners, or it could be best of keto diet products to help you lose weight during the summer, or whatever. But people are coming to Pinterest. And if you've ever visited Pinterest and you've ever spent any like kind of time on there, it's almost like a little billboard or a little checklist or something that you can like visually take a look at and know that if you click on that, it's going to give you more information. And your expectation is that it's going to give you a little bit more information about the text that you see on that pin, or the picture that you see, or the title. Also buying guides. So that could be a comparison between two different kinds of, jewelry, or two different types of TVs or something like that. Checklists are huge. I personally go to Pinterest all the time because people literally will create checklists and like other kind of printable, really quick and easy to use guides that just are bullet points. And it's like people are doing the work for you. They're consolidating all the information for you into a bulleted list or a checklist. Quizzes do amazing on Pinterest. So we won't go super in depth with that, but just know that you can actually create a quiz in ClickFunnels. It's very easy. And what you can do is create a pin in Pinterest that says, are your hormones out of balance? And is that why you're gaining weight, or you can't lose weight, or whatever? Take the quiz and find out. Then they click on that. They go over to your ClickFunnels where you have a quiz created. They go through your quiz, you capture their email address, and then you introduce a product like Hormone Balance 5, which is an actual Digistore 24 weight loss product for women. And I'm going to actually link a YouTube video that I did, kind of like a tutorial on how to build a sales funnel and how to use Pinterest to drive traffic, because I do mention that specific product. But that kind of product, because it's geared for women, and that's primarily who's on Pinterest, it's literally like the perfect type of product. So, but just be aware that in terms of how you can tie in the products that you're promoting to something that's new and interesting on Pinterest, quizzes are a huge and novel way of doing that. You can also put together a listicle, which if you're not familiar, we also talked about this yesterday, but a listicle is like a list and an article combined. So basically it's like, let's say the top 3 affiliate marketing courses for beginners, Legendary Marketer 15-day challenge. And you'll have like 5 bullet points, like 15 days, $7, gives you a broad overview, has a bullet point kind of setup and style. So you're not going super deep into a narrative about what that product is or how it compares to another product. It's just really quick bullet points that really gives people the gist of what you're trying to say. And again, product reviews and comparisons. So you would create a pin that says, Legendary Marketer 15-day challenge versus Jonathan Montoya 3-day challenge, and have some kind of image that captures the eye. And then when people click on that, then they can go to a blog or a YouTube video or wherever you're driving your traffic to. Because remember, Pinterest is about driving traffic somewhere. It's not just existing out there to be pretty. You're taking the people who are clicking on your pin and taking them somewhere where you can introduce them to the product that you're promoting, capture their email, or get them to a platform like Facebook or YouTube and continue to educate them. So content constraints or limitations, these aren't so much constraints, but again, going back to the idea that Pinterest is a visual search engine. So what you're going to see on Pinterest is images with text. And that can be anything from a beautiful image of like the beach with a quote on it to people actively trying to sell and promote their products that they're either selling themselves or as an affiliate. You can link your pin. It's especially Pinterest can be especially used for blogs. Like I said, quizzes, lead magnets, and your opt-in page. You don't want to link directly to affiliate links. I think it is possible. Like I've done that in the past, just like as an example of what not to do. And I was able to do it. Something else I want to mention is make sure you are using a business account for Pinterest business and not your personal account. You could have a personal account and a business account, but keep your personal stuff personal and keep your business stuff specific to your niche. But yeah, don't link directly to affiliate links. Not only do you not want to get in trouble with Pinterest because it's not looked upon favorably, but you also would be missing out on capturing people's email addresses. And that's 80% of sales that you'd be missing out on. So Pinterest is very SEO heavy. If you're not familiar, SEO is search engine optimization. So that means it's almost like you're having a little mini blog when you're creating your profile with your description for yourself, like for your account. And then also when you're creating the title of your boards and then the title and the description of your actual pins. So we're going to talk a bit more about how to create SEO friendly titles and descriptions for your pins in just a moment. But just know that you can't just randomly get on there and be like, here's a diet product and no description and think it's going to do well. I think Pinterest is, a lot of people don't realize how much work and how much consistency has to go into it. And also how much effort around search engine optimization and being familiar with searchable long and short tail keywords within your descriptions. So like I mentioned, Pinterest differs from social media because it's a visual search engine. There's intent behind searches, meaning people are going intentionally to Pinterest to figure out what should I buy or where can I find the answer to this, which is super dope if you can harness that in your favor. So something that's really neat about Pinterest, as you can see, the half-life of a Pinterest pin is 3.5 months. So that means it's going to stay out there and be alive and active and getting engagement for a long time. So, and it's just another reason why Pinterest is super powerful. If you're doing it right, I mean, you're creating beautiful eye-catching images, you're using SEO-friendly titles and descriptions, and you are linking to like an opt-in page and collecting email addresses, you're going to get you could have the potential to get so much exposure and gain a lot of leads and a lot of sales using Pinterest. Like I mentioned, fresh pins are huge. SEO. So you want to optimize your title and your description. So I'm referring specifically to your pins when you create them. Your board name, which you can think of a board as just like a bucket that organizes your pins. Your account name and description. So just like having a TikTok bio, you'd want to tell who you are, what you do, and who you help. You want to have as many keywords, so as many words and phrases that people would search for in looking for your product that you're promoting or looking for your niche. You want to include as many of those as possible in your name and description. And something interesting that I learned through a Pinterest course that I took a few months ago was even the image file that you're uploading to Pinterest counts towards the SEO. So in other words, if you have something saved to your desktop, an image that you want to upload to Pinterest, you want it to be keywords that are in your niche and that are relevant to the actual image. So super interesting. So if you're in like the keto diet niche, you would want to say like top 5 keto recipes for weight loss for summer, something like that. But you want to actually include those words in the actual file name that you're uploading to Pinterest because that'll help as well. So like I mentioned, to start, you want to create 5 boards and you want to name those 5 boards with keywords in your niche and relating to your product. And you want to post 3 pins per day per board. There's a tool called Tailwind and you can schedule your posts using Tailwind, and you can also use Tailwind for analytics. So that's pretty cool. And then you'll want to use a tool like Canva to create pins. You don't have to use Canva. There are other tools, but Canva is the one that I've used in the past and it's super easy. Okay, so some content tips and best practices. If you are on TikTok creating content, You can repurpose your TikTok videos with the watermark removed. I've heard people swear up and down that doing this is a way of getting more exposure to your TikTok videos. They swear up and down that that's a best practice. I have other people that say it's a waste of time. So you can experiment with it. I would encourage you to test it if you have the time and interest. I have not done it myself, so I can't tell you what my experience has been, but I just wanted to mention that. When you're on Pinterest, start typing in the product that you are promoting or the niche that you're in, or keywords, so that you can start getting an idea of what people are searching for. Just like in Google, if you go to Google and you start typing in how to lose weight, and then Google will tell you all the most popular searches, Pinterest does the same thing. And so that's how you can look up what keywords or what searches are being searched for in Pinterest, and have an idea of what keywords you want to use to optimize your pins. Always include a strong call to action throughout your content. So on your pin itself, you could mention click here and have like a star or an arrow or something like that. And that way it makes it even more obvious what people's action should be when they see your pin. Like I mentioned, optimizing your profile. That means your profile name should be, keto diet for summer or something like that. You want to optimize it with as many keywords as possible for your niche or for the product that you're promoting. Know your target audience. That goes without saying. That's true on every platform. Like I said, 5 boards, 3 pins per day per board. You can use Tailwind. And a good place to start is looking at other pins that are in your niche that are popping up first when you do searches for keywords that are in your niche, and emulate those. Remember, you want to use fresh images. So those are images that have never before been seen on Pinterest. A couple things that you could do is you can buy images. So you can, like, stock photos are free for use for anyone. So that means that they will probably already exist in somebody else's pins on Pinterest. If you are buying photos, those are way less likely to already exist on Pinterest. And so you can purchase them and use them for your Pinterest pins, and that way they will be fresh images. Another way that you can do it on a budget is just take the picture yourself. So whether you have your own iPhone or smartphone or whatever, or you have a decent camera that can be used to take a nice image, that is a way that you can get a fresh pin on a budget, because that image is the most important part. I should say one of the most important parts. Obviously, the title and the words that you're using on the image are also play a part. One of the things that's pretty cool about Pinterest, especially for those folks who are scared to get on camera or don't want to be the face of their brand or can't be the face of their brand for whatever reason, is you don't have to be the face of your brand. Nobody cares on Pinterest unless you are a celebrity or, a public figure or somebody that, unless you are specifically going for being the face of your brand. It's okay to take a step back and just highlight the product or highlight the quiz or the blog post or whatever it is that you're promoting or driving traffic to. And people aren't going to expect you to be on camera talking and showing your face, because that's not what Pinterest is about.